What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesOfNeckbeards. This story's called A Neckbeardy Guildmaster. So hello, y'all, how's it going? I'm new to posting, not just lurking around here, but I think I have a story to share that might just fit in here. Question mark? Sorry for weird formatting, phone user, and possible grammar mistakes and all, not a native speaker. It may also be hectic as it's just a memory now and all receipts are gone as I was blocked by him on multiple platforms. Anyway, to start off, I can say that I am a pretty big fan of Guild Wars and its sequel, and over the years of playing, I have met quite a nice bunch over the game, but also quite a few people who I wouldn't dare approaching in real life, or in-game anymore for that matter. Given Guild Wars 2 is less opted on team activities and is more lone wolf oriented and accessible, I was content for years being just that. But after 3 to 4 years into a game, I was invited into one of a few national guilds. Great, ain't it? Yeah, I thought that too. Nice, local people. Cool. Psych though. The moment people found out I am a female, all hell broke loose. Most of the people took it all chill, not really caring that I was a girl, but a few, including the guildmaster, were ready to crap their pants over the fact. Apparently, there were some others, fellow gamerettes, but surprisingly, they didn't want to participate in team guild building activities. I always wondered why. Fast forward a few weeks, it was after a break from the game and came back. The guildmaster was just about to burst, all happy I was back. Then the nagging about joining TeamSpeak group to talk started. At first, I was reluctant, but at the end of the day, what could happen? So I joined. At first, it was quite enjoyable, but soon it turned sour, and I can only say that if it were not for the nicer people there, I'd be gone fast as frick. Turns out, our guildmaster was around 40-ish, I think? Probably nearing 50 by the way he spoke, about life and job and about him dating some hot young chick whose father was younger than him. And he just could not resist basically harassing my, by the time 17, nearly 18-year-old self with increasingly sexual questions and implications. Me being a fool, I even added him on Facebook through a guild group to let him harass me there as well, though I quickly learned how to just ignore him. I could hold my own, and other boys and actual friends would help me dissolve those TeamSpeak situations, but there's only so much they can do, especially off the comms, right? But still, the gain from being with others overweighted the torment. So after a year or so in the guild, there was an IRL meeting, and I, stupid enough, agreed that I will come as well to see my friends and friends. Let's just say that I traveled 2 hours to our capital just to leave the meeting and go shopping instead, before going back home because the old geezer was your typical oily, quite disgusting old dad type that visibly smelled of beer from a kilometer away, with unkempt hair and some weird-ass facial hair you can't even call a beard, and I could just see the way his eyes lit up when he noticed me nearing their group. All the red flags went off and I said hi to the others, polite greetings to those I didn't know, and left with busy with some other things in the capital. What a coincidence, right? After that, I felt even less comfortable knowing the man behind the faceless profile on Facebook was a man I would avoid while seeing him on the street because of his look and his smell. The last straw was near New Year's Eve. Before Christmas, I finally managed to voice my discomfort about topics he would choose to bomb me with and didn't want ruining my family Christmas time. He wasn't that happy, scoffing about being soft and no fun out of the blue, but somehow complied, over the Christmas at least. At New Year's Eve, me being the polite type, I at least tried to wish him all the best in the new year and all, but instead of a polite reply, I get a weird-ass sexually implicative message again and a photo, looking like a stock photo from Google Images, of some young teen to early 20s girl stark naked with her legs spread, him trying to persuade me that it's his girlfriend and crap, sending her regards as well. After I told him that I'm not comfortable with that stuff and being underage still, so I went off and passively aggressively told him to screw off, that I only asked to be treated with respect, not wanting to see and hear about anything nearly sexual from a goblin such as himself, and he still managed to be a schlonghead and complete bag of crap. He answered with some slurs, me apparently being the idiot and stupid cow, and then immediately blocked me, probably thinking he had some moral high ground or something. So I turned to the game, sending him mail explaining, calmer now, if he really thought that his behavior behavior was normal, he should seek some medical help or at least think about his actions next time he speaks with someone like me. And even through that, wished him nothing but the best in the new year, wrapped by me leaving the guild. What I got back were only more slurs, me apparently thanking with my hoo-ha, whatever that was supposed to mean, and even more slurs and being blocked again. What a great, mature guy. Best part probably was the fact that even weeks later, he spoke about me with such vile intent and venom that some other people who were updated on my side of the story with receipts left the guild when they realized what a pig he really was, and together we joined different guilds. That allowed me to meet so many lovely people I am really good friends with even in real life. Also, some other people stood up to him and he blocked them everywhere and kicked them out of the guild as well. Okay, I am fairly certain that you can get his booty butt locked up for that because I believe it is a crime to sexually entice a minor. I don't even think I'm wrong about this for once because that guy does not seem to be the type to change his ways, especially given his age. It's really hard for people like that to change at such an old age. Psychology, man. No, but for real, that guy's disgusting and needs to be locked up or something, man. This story's called Neckbeard Bites My Lips. Earlier today, I had a pushy dude insisting on taking me out to ribs. My grandma insisted that I go, so I figured, whatever. Worst comes to worst, I get some ribs from a good barbecue place near us. I arrive at the restaurant and he's already there. He doesn't look like his profile pic, but it's definitely his car. Figuring I'd just go with it and see if he's anything like how he was over text before he got pushy. I approach. He's actually quite pleasant and doesn't really put me off at first. Definitely older than he claimed to be, but whatever. Dude has to be at least 35 when he claimed to be 24. We get in and our first 30 minutes of conversation are completely normal and chill. So I'm figuring I'll politely let him down easy. I'm really not interested in someone that much older than me who is also not interested in farming. Since I'm enjoying the conversation so far, I figure I'll give it a little bit. Maybe it won't be so bad to try to just be friends. The second half of our dinner date is when it started to go downhill. Dude started going on and on about how he loved that I was such a homemaker. He was so glad I had birthing hips and a fuller figure to carry children. He loved that I was so passionate about providing food for my future family and how he knew I was building up my farm for him and his kids. How he was so glad that I wanted to be a homemaker and how he definitely would make sure I didn't have to leave my farm for anything. It was so creepy and unsettling, and I wasn't really sure how to go about leaving without him following me out to my car. The part that sealed the deal for me wanting to leave immediately was when he started going on about how he loved that I didn't wear makeup and knew I would set a great example of what a woman should be for his kids. I faked receiving a call from one of my neighbors about my friend G. Thankfully, G knew he was my go-to if I call on the state, make anything up to get me out in case this dude is listening. Helpline. G immediately began talking about how the lambs were in need of help and I needed to get home now. I'm hard of hearing, so my phone was definitely loud enough for the dude to hear the whole conversation with how he was leaning across the table. I immediately stand up, putting the $20 I brought for my half of the meal in case I decided to ditch early. I let the dude know I have an emergency I need to take care of, and I hang up with G. As I'm getting my jacket on, the dude spins me around and slips the 20 in my breast pocket on my jacket. He then moves quicker than I thought possible and bites my lips in front of everyone in the restaurant. Like, not a nip or a gentle bite, but a full-out bite. Not feeling bad about ditching anymore, I punch him in his nose as he starts going on about how I need to quit talking to other men. He attempts to grab me, so I give another solid hit to his jaw. The crack noise was satisfying and comforting to my ears. I'm also quite proud to say his eyes were already noticeably swelling. Grandma ain't raised no weakling. I just took his moment of confusion to quickly begin walking away. A waiter and hostess approached me as I walked, stating they saw what happened and asked if I wanted to call anyone. Just wanting to go home, I waved them off and hurriedly left for my car to get home. The police in my small town know me from where I used to work up until last week, so if I'm needed, they'll find me easily. I've had one other date end badly, and they've met me at my house before. No one came over tonight as of writing this at 1 a.m., so I'm assuming no authorities were called. I just have a bruised and swollen bottom lip, and my upper lip was bleeding in a few places earlier. Thankfully, I'm all good now, and I'm sure the swelling will hopefully be gone in the morning. I'm also thankful that I did MMA training with my brother as teenagers. I really don't think I'd have the relatively quiet outcome if I hadn't. Online dating is a scary thing, especially for freaking women. Holy crap. And I really hope she disinfected that because bites can get soups, dupes, infects, man. But yeah, I'm glad that didn't end as bad as it could have. Holy crap, people are scary. This story's called Neckbeard Tries to Gatekeep Stranger Things. Hey everyone, this is my story about a neckbeard I encountered at GameStop. Just a bit of background. I am 14 and in love with all things Stranger Things. I am rewatching the show for like the third time. Now to the story. So me and my mom were going to GameStop to try and find me a new game for my Nintendo Switch or any cool things. I was wearing a Stranger Things hoodie that says Hawkins Middle School AV Club, and it's my favorite hoodie. My mom stayed in the car and let me go in because she knew I wouldn't be in long. So as I walked in, I could see a few people in there, but not a lot. One guy stuck out more than any other. He was wearing a long trench coat and had really long, greasy hair and a big old neck beard. The GameStop was pretty small. He was on the left side and I was on the right. He must have saw my hoodie because when I walked in, he started to move over to me. Keep in mind, I'm 14 and he looked about 17 to 20 years old. I was looking at the Switch games when I feel and smell something coming to me. It smelled so bad I held my breath for a second. I heard a, is that a Stranger Things hoodie? The guy was trying to talk to me, so me being the polite person I am, turn around and say, yes, it is. I am a very awkward person. I didn't really know what to do. Oh, I didn't really know you were a girl. Your hair just doesn't make you look very ladylike. You should grow it out, like real women. The guy really said this to me, and it kinda made me upset. I didn't like when people call me a guy. I know it happens by accident, but still. Oh, no, I really like my hair. By the way, my hair is a pixie cut, shaved on the side. He looks down at my hoodie. If you really are a fan of Stranger Things, I must ask you some questions. He started to stroke his beard, and I had no idea what to do. I've never had this happen to me. Okay, so what is the board game all the boys play throughout the show? He asked me. D&D, I say slowly. He looks at me a bit intense. I was a bit nervous and didn't know what to do. Okay. And season 3, how old is everyone? Now, age is something I'm not good with when it comes to shows and movies, even though I've watched the show many times. I still ain't good with ages. I don't remember. I shake my head and walk back a bit. He scoffs at me. You're not a fan. You don't deserve that hoodie. I bet you don't even know the main characters' names. He crossed his arms at me, and I was getting really scared. My anxiety kind of started to come on. My foot was tapping like crazy. I bet you only wear it for the hype so you can try to be cool, but I am an actual fan of my shows and movies, mostly anime. You probably aren't into anime. Maybe you should get into anime. I could give you some animes that your kind of people would like. He said that like it was normal. I just stared at him. What do you mean, your kind? I got a bit mad. Well, I mean, people who are lesbians might like it, since that's what you are, right? I was so mad when he said that he thought I was lesbian because of my hair. I shook my head. No, I'm not lesbian. I have to go. My mom is waiting for me in the car. I put up the game I was thinking about buying and walked around him, and I headed out the door, almost in tears. I was so upset about what he said. I understand it was an honest mistake, but I still got upset. Yeah, so that was my first encounter with a neckbeard. I have always read stories about neckbeards and gatekeeping. If you have questions or anything, you can ask. Bye, y'all. Updates. I forgot to mention in my last story that the encounter happened a few months ago. Okay, I didn't expect to have an update to this story, but I figured out something that makes me kind of worry. So the neckbeard is at my school. So I'm a freshman in high school, and today you will never guess who I saw this morning. So really quick, I play lacrosse for my school, and I was dropping my stick off in my 4th period, so when the day ends, I can walk to the field. Anyways, my sister dropped me off at school. As I was walking in, I had to stop and fix my bags and stick. Once I was done, I started walking, and as I was walking, I turned to see, yep, you guessed it, the Stranger Things anime neckbeard. He didn't notice me, thank God. So I hurried to my 4th and stayed to talk to my teacher so I could give him time to get past my hall since I was in the 400 hall. It wouldn't take him time to pass me. I guess the guy is a senior at my high school. I must have underestimated his age or something, but I really hope I don't see him anymore. Yes, the lesbian haircut. How stupid do you gotta be, man? I swear, some people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.